A blood-red sunset set the stage, as Briarwood's silhouette melted into twilight, a town that had thrived just a day before now, swallowed by an unfathomable darkness. In a single, inexplicable moment, the community that once pulsed with life was reduced to silent ruins. The disappearance left only cryptic clues, unanswered questions, and a lingering fear that something ancient and malevolent had claimed the town. Dr. Evelyn Mercer arrived at the edge of what used to be Briarwood with an unyielding determination. Years of research into lost settlements had led her here, and every step on the cracked pavement echoed with foreboding memories. The desolation of the empty streets and shuttered buildings whispered secrets of a past that was both alluring and dangerous. Her first destination was the Briarwood Inn, a once elegant structure now succumbing to decay. The entrance, left slightly ajar, beckoned her into a lobby haunted by relics of laughter and sorrow. Faded murals and a forlorn chandelier hinted at a more vibrant time. Amid the neglect, she discovered a half-burned diary tucked behind a fallen chair. Its pages, scrawled in a trembling hand, recounted unexplained lights dancing in the sky, eerie sounds in the dead of night, and shadowy figures seen prowling the outskirts. The final line read, "They come for the truth, and soon all will vanish." A cryptic warning that resonated with the town's fate. Outside, a chill wind swept through the deserted main street. The air carried a strange mixture of wild decay and a subtle, almost nostalgic, floral scented reminder of what had been lost. Flickers of movement at the edge of her vision made her wonder if these were mere tricks of the light or echoes of those who once walked these paths. Determined, she pressed on toward the town center where a monument known as the Sentinel stood. Its twisted metal and stone bore mysterious symbols that glowed faintly under the pale moonlight, as though they were alive with some forbidden energy. Within the shadows, unexpected movements startled her. A young woman, her face etched with terror and sorrow, appeared behind the monument. Their eyes met in a silent, desperate plea before the figure melted back into darkness. The encounter, brief yet jarring, steeled Dr. Mercer's resolve. There was more here than folklore and abandoned architecture. Her investigation led her to the ruined Briarwood Public Library, a sanctuary of forgotten wisdom. Among dusty shelves and crumbling manuscripts, an ancient map caught her attention. The map detailed the town's layout and marked hidden underground passageways, secret tunnels that could explain how a community could simply vanish. Alongside the map lay yellowed newspaper clippings chronicling similar disappearances in other settlements. The pattern was unmistakable. Towns would reach their zenith only to be erased without warning, as if sacrificed to a dark, insatiable force. Just as she began piecing together the puzzle, a soft knock at the library door disrupted the silence. Opening it, Dr. Mercer encountered a man cloaked in shadows. His low, measured voice warned of an ancient pact curse that demanded the community's essence as payment for prosperity. "For every life lived in Briarwood, a promise was made," he murmured, his words laden with sorrow. "The vanishing was no accident. It is the price of ambition and survival." Before she could press for further details, he faded into the night, leaving her with only the chilling directive, "Seek the heart of darkness." The directive compelled her to venture beneath the surface. Behind a collapsed storefront, a narrow staircase led down into the depths of Briarwood. Descending into the subterranean maze, she encountered corridors lined with damp stone and walls adorned with enigmatic symbols. Faint graffiti-shifting shapes that seemed to pulse with a life of their own hinted at rituals and secrets best left undisturbed. In one secluded alcove, an inscription recounted the legend of the Harbinger, a spectral figure believed to have orchestrated the town's sacrifice. According to the inscription, Briarwood's founders had struck a bargain with a dark entity, promising prosperity in exchange for the town's eventual erasure. Deeper in the underground, Dr. Mercer discovered a ritual site. A circle of ancient stones encircled a dark, still pool that mirrored the trembling light of her torch. At the center lay an altar marked by the scars of forgotten ceremony shard symbols. fragmented relics, and a solitary, withered rose whose aroma was both haunting and strangely comforting. Every detail of the site spoke of a ritual meant to appease an insatiable hunger for the town's stories and souls. Amid this overwhelming darkness, she found a fragile glimmer of Hopa cryptic formula etched on the wall in an archaic script. The formula described a counter-ritual capable of reclaiming Briarwood from oblivion, but it carried a stark warning. The price for undoing the curse would be a sacrifice of something deeply personal, a piece of one's very soul. As the night deepened, Dr. Mercer prepared the elements for the counter-ritual. She gathered a shard from an ancient mirror, the withered rose, and a small, intricately carved box once belonging to one of the town's founding families. Arranged precisely according to the formula, the relics began to glow with an eerie light. A low, resonant hum filled the chamber, as if the very heart of the earth was stirring. In a moment of blinding radiance, she placed her hand upon the mirror shard. In that instant, memories flooded her, a cascade of joy and sorrow interwoven with the spirit of Briarwood. The ancient entity's voice, soft and almost melancholic, declared, "The balance is restored." When the light faded, a new dawn broke above. Where emptiness had reigned, faint outlines of streets and structures reappeared, as though summoned from the depths of forgotten time. Above ground, as the first pale rays illuminated Briarwood, survivors and curious onlookers gathered in silent awe. Whispers spread that the vanished town had returned, a fragile yet defiant revival forged from sacrifice and the unyielding power of memory. The town's rebirth was celebrated not with jubilant fanfare but with solemn gratitude and cautious wonder, for its revival was tethered to a dark legacy. In the weeks that followed, Briarwood slowly reawakened. Residents began to piece together their lost history from the remnants of diaries, photographs, and oral traditions. However, the threat of recurrence lingered. Shadows moved with purpose at dusk, and unexplained flickers of light in mirrors served as constant reminders of the dark pact that had once condemned the town. Dr. Mercer's meticulous records of that fateful night and the counter-ritual were safeguarded as a Warninga chronicle of how the past could be both reclaimed and transformed. Briarwood's revival, while miraculous, was a fragile victory. The ancient forces that had demanded the town's sacrifice could awaken again if the balance was ever disturbed. In the quiet moments before dawn, when the renewed streets lay bathed in soft light, the mystery of Briarwood endured a potent reminder that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the courage to confront the unknown can resurrect hope from oblivion.